What we do here is go back.
All right, hello everybody. It is it's a little bit later than 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I was shopping for dresses on Amazon. Mostly not shopping, like window shopping, because this is how window shopping is now. Because mostly when I start going live, 10 minutes before I go live, I have to sit here and make sure everything is fine. And usually I go on Amazon and look at dresses and shoes because I have no self-control. It's fine. I don't have a problem. Anyway, so welcome to today's episode of Quarantine Karaoke Theatrical Opera Thursdays. And I was talking with my mother the other day, and basically we thought about maybe the structure of Theatrical Opera Thursdays, because usually the whole entire premise of Theatrical Opera Thursdays is that I go through an opera and I kind of explain it a little bit. I explain the characters. I explain I basically explain the opera in a very funny sort of way that you understand what's going on. You don't have to be an opera buff to know it. So that's normally the way that I would do Theatrical Opera Thursdays. And if you would like me to continue that route, I can totally go back to doing that, because I've already done Suor Angelica and La Boheme in that sort of same fashion. Last week I did La Boheme, where we talked about how I basically did a really rough plot outline. I sang Quando men vo, which is Musetta's waltz, and I made comparisons from La Boheme and the musical Rent, because they are essentially just the same show in different genres. But I figured for this Theatrical Opera Thursday, I would try something new. I would sing to you, since it is karaoke, I thought that I would sing to you a plethora of different arias that are some of my favorite arias, and including the ones of roles that I would eventually like to play in the future. And I would explain you the arias, and I would explain the plot and everything that I'm saying, so that way you can follow along. So let me know which format you like better. If you want me to just go by, every Thursday I take an opera and I just break it down in a funny sort of little blog type of way of, hey, this character's kind of an idiot, and this character, well, she's a big moron, but she's in love with her moron, sort of thing. Because that's kind of how I do it at school either way, where I'm like, this whole opera could easily, oh my goodness, hello, oh, thank you, Cecilin, thank you for following, that's so nice. So thank you so much for the follow. That broke my chain of thought. It's fine. But basically, that's kind of how I do it at school, where I say, well, this whole opera could have been resolved by one conversation, and it's totally true. So if you like that format, let me know. But I figured we would try this format where I sing a bunch of different arias, since it's karaoke, and I would explain them to you. So, anyhoozle, before we start singing, again, just a few announcements. As you can tell, I'm a bit tired, mostly because I just worked out, so I'm like, so if at any point during the stream you wish to donate, here are your links right above my head. For you, let me get to the middle of frame. And so you can go donate there, or if you're like me and you're down on hard times and you just think, I have no means to donate physical, actual money. There are many other ways that you can actually support the show and support the stream and support me that are completely free of charge. First way to do that is by going to my YouTube and subscribing there. Or you can also go to my Twitch channel and follow, just like Cecilent did, and you'll have like a lovely little pop-up here. And you can go follow me on Twitch and subscribe to me on Twitch as well. So those are your free ways of supporting the channel as well. The channel, like I have a show. I don't know anymore. So anywhoozle, let's get on it. I have a bunch of these books. I'm not gonna sing all of them because I don't know all of them, but. Anywho, so let us start with some of the more fun arias. I think that'd be a good thing to do. So, as you can tell, I have lovely little tabs. Yes, the colors mean stuff. So this is the arias for a soprano, and it's by the Schwimmer Opera and the Schwimmer Opera Anthology, and I believe it's also the Schwimmer. It's Hal Leonard Corporation. And basically, I got this question, and I couldn't believe that that I hadn't mentioned it before. But so I got the question a few days ago about what a soprano is. So a soprano is just it's a specific type of voice. Usually, a soprano is a female, but it can also be a male too. But those are more rare. And basically, a voice of any for a woman can break down into two different categories: a soprano and an alto. And basically, a soprano is the one that sings all of the high notes and can break glass with her voice. That's not true, but we think of her like in the really, really light sort of like high note type of person. And then the altos are the lower voices. Very straightforward. And then male voices can be broken up in the same way. You have tenors, which are the high note singer male voices, and the basses, which are the lower notes. And of course, we can continue breaking down these categories where if we go with the men, we've got a baritone, which is a voice in between the bass and the tenor. And I know there's a little bit of controversy about this, but between a soprano and an alto, there's a mezzo soprano. So you can keep breaking them down, but essentially a soprano is a woman voice that sings very, very high. And there are different types of sopranos. And so for me, I am technically labeled as a lyric coloratura. And all that basically means is that if you want to break down the lyric, means that I sing very long lines, very flowy sort of, like I can hold my breath really long. I can spin really long notes. And there are some arias that require a lot of breath, a lot of sustain. So that's the lyric side, and the coloratura side is you guys actually know a coloratura. So let me do so a coloratura is a person who sings like this, which you all know because you all have heard this. My goodness, those eyes can kill people. Essentially that's what a coloratura is. She also can go super high, hit really, really high notes, and just kind of flounces around up there. So that's what a coloratura is. So you have a lyric, coloratura, soprano. Soprano is a bit redundant because we all know that, obviously if you're a lyric or a coloratura, you sing the higher notes. But just for clarification. So that's technically what I am. I'm a lyric coloratura soprano. So that's all that means. I got that question the other day, and I didn't realize that not a lot of people actually know what the terms like soprano, alto, tenor, bassman. I was like, oh, some of the things we take for granted, honestly. So I figured we should do some fun some fun arias, just from a bunch of different operas for today. So the first one I wanted to start off with it is from last week's Theatrical Opera Thursday, which was La Boheme. And so this was one of my favorite arias. It's from La Boheme, obviously, and this is called Quando me ne va, or Musetta's Waltz. So let me set the scene for you before I sing it. So Musetta, she is the best character in La Boheme, in my opinion. But basically, Musetta, for her, she's a woman who basically goes around and starts like dating very rich men. She's a gold digger, and she likes the higher things in life, and so she will go around dating like very, very rich men. And so she walks into this bar, and she sees in the corner of this bar her friends. And of course, her friends haven't invited her because they haven't heard from her in a while, because she's with her old money bags over here. And they walk into the bar together, and she sees her friends. And lo and behold, at the table of her friends is her old lover. Oh boy. It's our old lover, Marcello. And Marcello, oh my gosh, they are the love of the century. They basically can't get enough of each other. They love each other. Their flame burns so bright they burn each other. That's how much they love each other. But again, Musetta is kind of the person who will just fly off because she likes rich things, and Marcello is a very poor painter. So even though they love each other, Musetta kind of goes off and is like, I want better things out of life than being, poor. So she walks into this bar, sees Marcello, and she sees him having a good time without her. And she's like, oh no, he didn't. And so she starts to sing this song, Quando me ne va, which basically all she says is, when I walk in, everybody loves me from my head to my feet. And the entire aria is her saying how wonderful and beautiful she is. The problem is with this aria is that you can easily be taken as like Musetta sort of being a, for lack of a better term, like a really, really terrible woman. But the way that I like to spin it when I sing it is that there is a turning point in the aria where she realizes in herself, oh my gosh, I really do miss Marcello, and the life that I'm living, I'm not entirely sure if I'm happy with it, because I'm not really happy unless I'm with him. And so she kind of has this little turning point in the aria, and I feel like that makes her a little bit more human, where sometimes I know a lot of performers don't have that when they sing this aria. So yes, at the beginning she is a little bit stuck up and full of herself and selfish, but then at that turning point she really kind of remembers why she loves Marcello, and like she realizes that what she's doing isn't really what she wants to be doing. So it's sort of like chasing after riches is her vice, if one could say. So that's essentially, yes. Oh no, you didn't. So yes. So that is the story of Musetta, and right after this aria, everybody decides, what a great time, and they all leave the bar together, and Musetta leaves her old money bags, and leaves with Marcello. So this aria does have a happy ending, but so I thought I would sing it for you because this is one of my favorite arias.
Meet Thinks, underwear that absorbs your period.
Okay,
They're moisture wicking,
that's a lot
odor
of
controlling,
information.
stretch.
Thanks.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen an meinem Kanal. Heute habe ich Lust auf italienische Oper. Hoffe ihr auch. Musetta, Quando me ne va aus La Boheme.
Oh. point, thank you, Karen. It's actually very difficult to sing opera sitting down in a computer chair, but I'm like sitting very straight. Hopefully during the process of this quarantine, I will actually move setups from here into my room. So when I do Theatrical Opera Thursdays, I'm not sitting down because but I do my best. So anyway, so that is Musetta's Waltz from La Boheme. So if you haven't seen La Boheme, you should absolutely go see it. It's a funny but yet also very dramatic opera. And so in case you don't know, Quando men vo is by Giacomo Puccini. If any of you actually like really wanted to know, that's who wrote it. So my producer is telling me that my hair looks crazy. Well, that didn't fix anything, I guess. But, I feel like that just made me look like I was a crazy person. So, there we go. I guess now I look more like a secretary. That's totally fine, though. Secretaries can be nice looking, too. So, anywhoozle. So that is, so one of the reasons that's one of my favorite arias is because, so for those of you who don't know my musical journey, I actually started off doing only musical theater. And so I actually got into opera on a complete accident. So I was going to college and junior college. And so I had this deal with my mom where basically I would go to school and I would only take one music class because I was going to get a real degree. And so I was going to college and I was taking this one class and it was called Music 101. And so I thought, of course, since I'd only ever been singing musical theater, I was like, that's music. So I should be learning about musical theater in Music 101. And lo and behold, Music 101 had nothing to do with musical theater. It had everything to do with classical music, which are the little dots on the page. And so I learned how to do, how to read music thanks to that Music 101 class. And I convinced my mom, I said, there's something behind the curtains of this Music 101 class. And I need to figure out what's behind there because holy crap. Like a whole world has opened up to me. And so that's how I got introduced to classical music. It was a complete and utter accident by just me not knowing that it existed. By me thinking that a Music 101 class was a musical theater class, which it totally 100% wasn't. So that's how I got started in musical theater. And actually, Quando men vo was the very first aria that I sang outside of the country. I actually debuted that aria for myself in Italy, in Rome, and I sang it in front of Italians, and I was dead scared because it was the very first time I was singing classical in front of anybody but my family and the people at school. So that's why Quando men vo is very special to me in terms of an aria because it was the first time that I had ever sung it. I'd ever sung classical, and plus I was doing it in front of Italians. I was like, I don't know how to speak Italian, but I'm trying my best. But yeah, so I was like 21 when I first did that, so it was pretty nice. So, anywhoozle. So that is Quando men vo, and that's a very, very fun aria. So there you go. So here's another aria that you all probably know. This one is okay. So it's a bit difficult to explain, but I explain as much as I can. Okay, so this aria is another Puccini aria, and it's from the opera Gianni Schicchi. I guess we're just going to be on a Puccini rant today, which is totally fine, because Puccini is great, and you should listen to his operas, because they're amazing. So Gianni Schicchi is actually a shorter opera. It's actually... it's one of the operas from the set of called the Trittico. What it means is basically there are 3 different operas that can be performed together for a full-length opera. And so Gianni Schicchi is one of them, and Sfor Angelica is another one, and I forget the name of the third one. but it doesn't matter. So Johnny Skiki is actually a shorter opera. And so the one aria that you all probably have heard from Johnny Skiki is called O mio babino caro. And so I have sung this informally. I've actually never done it in recital, which is upsetting, but I have sung it in my voice teacher's offices and all that stuff. But it's probably one of the more famous arias, and people have heard it a lot, and just don't take it into auditions because they will hurt you because they have heard it a million times. Don't sing it outside of don't sing it for auditions. Just don't do it. So the story of this particular aria, so my character, Lauretta, she's a very young lady, and she just met the love of her life, and she goes to her father, Johnny Skiki, and she says, "Hey, Dad, guess what? I found somebody who I love, and I want to marry him, so say yes, please." And her dad looks at her, Johnny Skiki, says, "Are you crazy? You are a very high-class woman, and you're picking this peasant boy to marry? This is what you're going to do with your life? I refuse. This is not going to happen." Smack her upside the head. It's not going to happen. You're not going to marry this boy. And since this was, I think it was the 1800s where this opera was set, that was pretty normal. If you were a girl and your dad said no to your marriage, then it wasn't going to happen. Anyhoozle. So she, being the wonderful lady that she is, she basically says, "Well, dearest father of mine, I am your daughter, and I'm adorable, and I know that you love me, and I know that you are wrapped around my little tiny finger, so I'm going to ask you pretty please one more time in aria form, and if you refuse, I'm going to tell you that I am going to be so upset that I'm going to just jump off the bridge into the Ponte Vecchio River and die because I can't live without this man that I just found." And you can kind of tell that she's a bit of a drama queen because it's very hard to drown in the Ponte Vecchio River because it's not that deep. If you can swim, you're fine. So she's definitely being a drama queen, and so basically take this aria with a little bit of a grain of salt because she is definitely trying to pull at her dad and being like, "Hey, Dad, give me what I want because I want it." And so that is Lauretta's aria from Johnny Skiki composed by Puccini. So I will sing it for you now. Just my computer. I'm so good at this. O mio babino caro. Ooh, and this one this is nice. Oh, it has the oh yay. Okay, good.
Oh no, don't pressure me.
This party's garbage.
That bad, huh?
This party is garbage.
It's like a bag of zero.
Try this creamy Snickers. You could use a little smoothness.
Is that one of the zeros?
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and creamy Snickers.
So that is O mio babino caro. You've probably heard that before. And if you haven't, welcome to the Puccini Club. So you are now officially indoctrinated. Welcome to opera. So you're welcome. You cannot go back. You can't go back. Now you know. You cannot know. You cannot unknow what you already know. So there you go. I take no responsibilities for your actions anymore. But welcome to the Opera Club. So I guess we'll just continue on with the Puccini train since, it's, I love Puccini, so we're going to continue on with Puccini. So, again, staying in the Puccini territory, I did talk about the three tiny operas that were supposed to be all performed at once in order to create a full-length opera. So Gianni Schicchi was one of them. It's a one-act opera, and another one of the one-act operas is called Suor Angelica. And so we were actually set to perform Suor Angelica at my school of CSUN, but thanks Corona, it got canceled. So, which is very sad. But I actually had the amazing opportunity, and I'm still also just kind of very, very humbled and grateful that I had the opportunity to learn and prepare the lead role of Suor Angelica. So I got to actually be cast as Sister Angelica. So that's why this is my score. As you can tell, I have a problem with pink. I love pink too much. But yeah, so all of the translation is written in, everything. It's such a beautiful, beautiful opera. So, and it's only 40 minutes. So people think that opera is really long. Some of them are, not gonna lie, but some of them aren't. And so Suor Angelica is literally only 45 minutes. So, and you can actually watch it on YouTube. So that's pretty easy. So, along with Gianni Schicchi, which you just heard, so again, we're sticking with Puccini tonight because I guess Puccini's like my thing, my composer. But I promise we'll move to a different composer soon. But so we heard La Bohème from Puccini. We also heard Gianni Schicchi, and now we're gonna listen to Suor Angelica. So this particular aria from Suor Angelica is the most famous one from the small opera, and so Suor Angelica is a little bit sadder than Gianni Schicchi. In fact, it's a lot sadder. But so all you have to know is that for this particular aria that I'm about to sing, so a background of Suor Angelica is that Sister Angelica, as you probably can tell from her name, she's a nun in a nunnery, and she has been there for 7 years. And people just don't, aw, thanks, Maurice. Our director's telling me, thank you, Maurice. I'm so good at this, but thank you. So Sister Angelica, she's been in this nunnery for 7 years, and the other nuns don't really know why she's there. They just know rumors that she used to be from a really famous, a really rich family, a royal family. A lot of rumors going around that she was a princess, maybe. And so, but she doesn't really talk about her past. She's kind of very quiet. She just does her thing. And so one day, her aunt, the princess, comes and visits her. And all she's ever wanted out of these 7 years is for her family to come and talk to her. And so the princess comes, and the princess says, hey, you messed up. You know you messed up. That's why you're here in this nunnery. To repent for the sins and the crimes that you've committed against this family. Oh, by the way, I need you to sign over your inheritance because we really don't want anything to do with you anymore. And the strange thing is that Sister Angelica just starts back on her, and immediately, like, instead of, like, she talks about her sister, she talks about her family, but then when push comes to shove, she asks her aunt, and she says, okay, but just tell me about my son. Tell me about my son, and I want to know what he looks like. And apparently, like, it's the first time that we've heard about her son, and apparently she had this son out of wedlock, and that's why she's in the nunnery, is because she had this son out of wedlock, and she tarnished the royal name that she was a part of. And so her aunt, after a very emotional, intense, like, sort of engagement between them, her aunt tells her the news that, unfortunately, your son got sick and he died about 2 years ago, actually. And Sister Angelica basically breaks down, and that's when she starts singing this aria, Senza Mamma. And it's for when we were trying to do it, we were finding a way and for me to play this character, and we kind of searched through many different ideas, but I came across this idea that she was searching for a way to come to find peace, to get over her grief, to find an answer for her suffering. And then she hears her son, and you can hear it in the music when her son comes, where she feels like her son is coming down, and she feels like that she finds an answer through her son, and being able, like, hey, how can I see you again? When can I hold you? When can I kiss you again, my child? And then she goes like, well, if you're dead, I'll just come join you, because that's the only answer. That's how I can be with you again. And so that's how she gets to that's where she arrives at the end of the aria. So she starts the aria in grief and mourning and wanting to find a way to get over all of that, and finding a way through her grief and a solution out of it. And her solution out of her grief is for her to die so she can be with her child. And she does eventually go through with it at the end of the opera, but the Virgin Mary comes down and saves her soul and says, look, I know why you killed yourself. It's because you wanted to see your child. You know what? Here, my child, come hither. Here's your child. We'll go to heaven. Everything's fine. So it is a very sad opera, but it does have a very happy ending at the end. So this is Senza Mamma from Suor Angelica. I don't know why I had to look down. I literally have been saying her name a million times. And this one, unfortunately, doesn't have the translation, or doesn't have the words. So
Hi,
I will do my best.
I'm Maria, and I'm a pharmacist with the International Rescue Committee.
Thank you.
Today, I'll be reporting from our
so that is Senza Mamma from Suor Angelica by Puccini. So, yeah, so that, don't mind me. I just, don't cry, Sarah. You're on camera. Don't cry. It just really sucks when, you put a lot of heart and soul into a role and then you don't get to perform it. But it's okay. These are very, very strange circumstances. So don't cry on stream, Sarah. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Charlie, are you here to sing with me? You want to sing with me? Yeah? Okay. So Charlie actually sings with me a lot. Come here. Charlie, come here. Come here. It's actually really difficult to practice at my house. Come here, Charlie. Charlie, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Charlie. I'm going to get you. I will get you. Come here. Come here, you silly boy. Oh, come here. You want to sing? You want to sing with me? Okay. You want to sing? Okay, hold on. Let's do some Quanto Men Vo, okay? Hold on, let's do a higher note. La 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 la. I love you, sweetheart. I know. Oh, you're a good boy. That's why it's really difficult to practice at my house because I have a dog. I'm dying over here. Okay, I had my voice lesson today and my poor mother had to shut my door and had to shut another door because Charlie wanted to join in on my voice lesson. I'm just like, don't do that. Don't you dare. I will kick your butt, Charlie. Alright, I think we have... Let's see if I can find another Puccini aria that I sing that maybe I would like to sing. Because maybe this will be the new format for Theatrical Opera Thursdays where I actually just take a composer and I do multiple arias of that composer. I do multiple songs from that composer. That would be a good idea. Why didn't I think of that before? It's anyone's guess, who knows why. But, to each their own. We learn at different stages, okay? I actually think, yeah, okay. I think if that's gonna be the format, I think that might be where I end it on a funny note from Charlie. Oh, yay! I hope he gets to see Charlie solo too, because gosh dang it, Charlie, why you do this to me? But yeah, I think that might be a good place to end it actually, because I don't know how I'm gonna top Charlie, and I did sing 3 Puccini arias for you, so so there you go. So that is Theatrical Opera Thursdays, featuring the many different arias and operas from Puccini. So I hope, if anything, this live stream has taught you to go and watch some Puccini operas, because Puccini is probably one of the more famous opera composers, because all of his operas are absolutely incredible. I do want to learn Un Bel D from Madame Butterfly. All of you probably know that as Miss Saigon, so that's a good one as well. So, but anywho, so yeah, I'm gonna think I might do Mozart next week, because there's many operas from Mozart, and a lot of arias that I do know. So I can easily pull those out, and maybe I can learn a few and sing them for you as well. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed Theatrical Opera Thursday, a deep dive into some Puccini's operas, just some fun ones for you to check out. Again, today we sang something, Quando Men Vo from La Boheme. We also sang from Gianni Schicchi, and we also sang from Suor Angelica. So those are 3 Puccini operas for you to go check out. And I think that might be the format. I like this format a lot better, actually, where I just pick a composer and I do like maybe 3 arias from them and I describe the opera to you. So we're gonna stick with this format. I like this format. Good job, Sarah. Good for me figuring this out. So 5. I'm so good at this. All right, so anyway, so that's been Theatrical Opera Thursdays. I hope you've enjoyed. I actually picked opera to be on Thursdays because that's when my voice lessons are, and my voice is all warmed up and ready for opera afterwards. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed. Again, if at any point during the stream you felt like you wanted to donate, here are the links. But if you're like me and you've fallen on hard times and, money is really tight right now, there are really easy ways that you can also support me and support the show for free, which is very important. One of those ways is going to my YouTube channel and subscribing to me on there. And another way is also by going to my Twitch channel and subscribing and following me on my Twitch channel. And my producer will put all of those in the chat box on Facebook for you. So those are free ways where you can go. Oh, what? So, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm not really good at lip reading, and so my producer just came into the room, and she's like, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but apparently she just informed me that it's someone's birthday out there today. So there you go. So, and I kind of already figured, and I did say happy birthday to Alan, but she came up here thinking that I didn't already know, and I'm like, hello, I already responded. But she said that it would be a good idea for me to sing happy birthday, and I'm like, this is why I have a producer, so because otherwise I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm going to sing a quick happy birthday to Alan Rowoth? I think that's how you pronounce your name, but it doesn't matter. We're going to sing Alan anyway, so it's all good. So let us sing happy birthday to Alan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Alan. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yay. Well, I'm glad that we could give a little bit more cheer. So yeah, happy birthday, Alan, and happy birthday for anybody else out there who's watching. So, I don't know who's watching. I don't know whose birthdays they are unless you tell me. So yeah. So as I said, so there are quick and easy ways to support the stream by going to my YouTube and my Twitch and subscribing and following me on there. Here are the links to donate if you wish. But I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Fun Fridays, and I'm going to be playing some Twitch Sings. So it's a video game where I sing and I earn points to level up my character. So that'll be fun. So we're gonna play some Twitch Sings over on Friday. So come back, same time, same place, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, so to play some Twitch Sings. And I will also be taking requests on there because that's something that Twitch Sings can do. They can put requests up. So, aw. Well, I'm glad, Alan. I'm glad that I sing better than the kids at home. But they are cuter. They are cuter. So I don't know. I think they still win in terms of birthday celebrations. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed a little romp through Puccini. I think I might do some Mozart operas next week because I do know a lot of Mozart arias because Mozart's just great. So I'm thinking about doing Mozart next week now that I think about it, but I might change my mind. You're gonna have to come back and see. But anyway, so I hope you've had a good time, and yeah, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Fun Fridays and playing some Twitch things. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot, and all of your comments mean so much. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!